Imagine a land where the rivers are filled with giant crocodiles, the forests are home to lizards larger than trucks, and the skies are patrolled by killer eagles. This wasn't a fantasy world. This was prehistoric Australia, a continent so deadly it was almost uninhabitable. For the first humans who dared to venture here, every single step could be their last. This was a land forged in fire, ruled by monsters, where survival was a moment-to-moment battle against impossible odds. Let's rewind the clock, about 50,000 years. The world is in the grip of the Pleistocene epoch. Massive ice sheets cover much of the northern hemisphere, but Australia is different. It's an isolated continent, a lost world where evolution has run wild. These weren't gentle grazers. They were massive, powerful creatures that could deliver a devastating kick. But the giant kangaroos were the least of their worries. Its most terrifying feature was its teeth. Instead of canine fangs, it had enormous bolt-cutter-like incisors. It also had a retractable thumb claw, a switchblade of bone and keratin. Thylacoleo was an ambush predator. It would climb trees, waiting patiently before dropping down onto its unsuspecting prey, using its immense strength. Growing up to 20 feet long, Quincana had long, powerful legs and serrated, blade-like teeth. As you get closer, you realize that Hill has scales. It has a head, and it's staring. It was the largest venomous animal to have ever lived. We know this because its closest living relative, the Komodo dragon, is venomous. So, how did anyone survive? The first Australians were not just victims. They were incredibly resourceful and adaptable. They were master observers. They learned the rhythms of this deadly land. They knew which tracks belonged to which monster. They learned to read the subtle signs of danger, a sudden silence in the bush, the alarm call of a bird. They developed sophisticated hunting techniques, using fire to manage the landscape and drive prey. They created new tools, like specialized spears and spear throwers, to give them a fighting chance against these giants. But here's the shocking twist. The very people who learned to survive in this monster-filled land may have also been the ones who brought about its end. The arrival of humans in Australia coincides almost perfectly with a massive extinction event that wiped out over 90% of these giant creatures. The Australian megafauna It wasn't a quick or dramatic slaughter. It was a slow, creeping apocalypse over thousands of years. The giant kangaroos found their food sources disappearing. The very act of survival erased the world of monsters that had defined prehistoric Australia.